Hello comrades, and welcome to another episode of my Crisis in the Kremlin Let's Play. It's Northstar. For those news series, it's a game where you play as the premier of the Soviet Union, hence the greeting, and try to prevent it from collapsing. And that I have done. It's 1995, almost the final year of the permanent events, 96, where you get a victory if the Soviet Union is still around. The lowest victory condition is still existing, which you'll definitely get. However, I'm trying, I don't have long, to see if I can maybe rapidly collapse the US for a higher victory condition. In order to do that, probably need to get China into the Comic-Con. I've brought every third world country in, and even though the US is slowly weakening as a result, their indicators still haven't quite bottomed out. If I had been playing more aggressively and smarter, I probably could have done that already, but at least get the lowest victory condition. Let's see. I should consider probably a different Minister of Defense instead of the improved soldier living conditions. Increases the strength of the army, reducing its loyalty relations. No. That's not who I need. Reduces liberalization of the Warsaw Pact. No, fighting the West. Reduces the loyalty and strength of the army. Contentment of the people of the U.S. by strong increase in spending. Peter Amnushtin. He will accelerate the decline of the U.S. here. Let's see. General reforms increases strength of reformers, increases competitiveness due to the fall of the military-industrial complex, light industry, and heavy industry. Competitiveness would probably increase my exports. Right. So I mean I'll have to put more money into light, heavy industry, and MIC. But yeah. Do Nikolai Ryshkov. They're the council ministers. And instead of consumer goods and luxuries, since the people are quite reasonably happy, I'm going to focus on economic self-government. Increase competitiveness by wearing the MIC, heavy industry and light. I was already hurting heavy industry and MIC. This guy. So, in agriculture, this will instead hurt light industry. So economic self-government tails in. So I'm focusing quite heavily on increasing the competitiveness of my industries and friendship with China for sure. Focus on the environment. Alright. So our fine set of advisors. I would also like to increase science funding just a little. Alright, soldiers' living expenses. Kind of excessive. But weapons equipment, probably more so. No, I'll trim this just a bit. Alright, increase computerization. Since nowhere the guy increases luxuries. And I'll want computers for Mars mission, which I don't know if we'll get the science points in time. Other things, some reforms. Let's think about this. I definitely want trade unions to have an active role in the economy. Workers must be protected. We need to allow trade unions to protect workers' rights in higher instances. Active participation in governing the economy, that should reduce corruption just a little. Political reforms going down generally do. Going to reduce the censorship. The broadcast media, because media can expose corruption. Reduce the level of persecution of dissents just to those who support socialism. Anyone who doesn't agree with the party, which should also help with corruption. Let's see, freedom of religion. The arts freedom. Go to soft censorship. So citizens are free to use the fruits of foreign art if only this would not lead to counter-revolution. Yeah, so less censorship and a more free judiciary. Alright, and instead of limited authority for the police, I go to police democratization. Which says, despite strict legislation, police often violate and abuse their powers. This must be stopped. Right, and I'm under state planning. I'm going to go to state planning with self-management elements. Generally, the further you go down, I think you have to do less spending on the economy. You have to get given level of industry strength, you have more corruption. Since I've already done a lot of things to increase the necessity of investing in industry, the amount I'll have to spend is past the point where you start getting really high corruption. I think it's over 200. Corruption starts to scale. So with all those other, some of the other reforms I made, I probably want state changes to ministers. I want state planning with self-management elements. Small elements of self-management factors such as work councils, encouraging rationalization production. If I did market elements, it would need for even less funding, but one that undermines socialism. Then you have petit bourgeois, who tend to be anti-socialist and exploit workers to a limited degree while they still do work themselves, usually small business owners. So, but yeah, just some. Oh, I don't have to put up power yet for self-management. Darn. Okay. Let's see what I get now. Archipelago Gulag. A group of comrades offered to legalize world-famous anti-Soviet book, the Gulag Archipelago. For some reason, it's written in the wrong order here. Probably translation issue from Russian by Alexander or Uzbek. I don't know what language this is written. By Alexander Solzhenitsyn, who was in the Gulag for a short time after multiple warnings, and indeed actually openly sympathizing with the fascist movement in Russia, because there was fascist movements shortly after the Russian Civil War still existed. Another fact is Solzhenitsyn's support of the ROA. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the fascist group he supported. The book is illegally spread in the Soviet Union by an underground organization, Samizdat. However, the facts written by the author completely contradict all our data, and the book is too emotional. What should we do? Contradicts the data because it's outright false. Now, if you do this, it gives the legitimacy of the state writing it, so no. It is known that Solzhenitsyn claimed to the Western press that he worked long hours in gulags and possibly died from overwork, but most of the time during his imprisonment, he was working in his specialty, and also, it is said in his letters, he ate white bread, sweets, meats, and received butter, and it was even taking place during the Hungry After Warriors. So he wrote letters to family and such. He even lied to administration, claimed to be a specialist and former officer, receiving commanding and administrative tasks, but instead of doing them, he rested nearby, read, and walked around. During his imprisonment, Solzhenitsyn lived in a big apartment with all amenities, ordered books in large libraries, and wrote his books. I'm not sure that that's accurate, but he did tell a lot of outright falsehoods, and he did have a period of house arrest, but he did spend some time in the actual prisons, which could be pretty brutal, but he did, get clerical tasks more. He wasn't one of the manual laborers. Yeah. Nuclear arsenal is getting dangerously low. They'd be forced to redo SDI so that they don't risk nuclear war with the US at this rate instead of left-wing likes. They didn't allow that. Both the right-wing likes some other forms. Education accessibility is a little higher now. Heavy history took a hit for some stuff I did. Since that determines my export income, which is huge, I probably need to increase heavy industry funding. MIC is growing. Intellectuals like the changes I made. Okay. Small increase to heavy industry funding. And state mechanism needs more funding to implement these things, even though it's getting to the point where it raises corruption rapidly. Which is, of course, why I don't want do a little more in special services, law and order. I think those will help reduce corruption. Next, increase of educational availability, scholarships. Increase the education budget for the science points, though. China does not. Maybe they are not finding of some of their forms. I don't know. Let's see. State planning with self-management elements and hate emigration. If you want to leave, you'll pay the government for your education and clothes. People are allowed to leave.